Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel T-Spot. In this video, Taylor Sheridan cherishes his Yellowstone franchise and demonstrates this by delivering one prequels after another. Truth be told, at times we feel as he doesn't actually lay down with the tension of composing scripts for this large number of ventures immediately. Supposedly, he is right now dealing with 10 unique activities at Foremost Organization. Continuously, the data with respect to these ventures is being uncovered individually, and we are getting energized for each and every one of them. None would energize us more than the development to the profoundly expected 1944, however, as it would guarantee the continuation of the Yellowstone adventure. Indeed, at long last, we have that official affirmation as the Yellowstone prequels will go on with another show, this time occurring during the 1960s. Sheridan is presently thinking about making restricted series in light of two different time spans. Both of these series would zero in on the Dutton family's hardships in attempting to keep up with their responsibility for farm during the 1940s and 1960s. Back in October 2022, it was declared that Yellowstone prequels were going to go on with two new shows, one occurring during the 1940s while the other is set during the 1960s. 2 or 3 months prior, we had the authority news on the creation of the new prequels show 1944, demonstrating that we are going to time travel to the 1940s. This show is supposed to be delivered 1 year from now after the fruition of 1923. It's reputed that Matthew McConaughey will star during the 1940s show as the new Dutton relative. Beginning around 1923 acquainted us with a lot of new characters' serious areas of strength for with. We are, as of now, eager to see how will 1944 manage its own characters. In the event that a skilled entertainer like McConaughey takes the work, we accept there is a high opportunity for him to have an effect like the one Brandon Sklenar did with his job as Spencer Dutton in 1923. Taylor Sheridan's shows take their solidarity from their characters, and to this end it's significant to work with extraordinary entertainers who can mirror the characters of these characters on screen in a wonderful way. Other than that, the time span will likewise convey incredible significance as prequels shows are basically period dramatizations with a high accentuation on the setting, ensembles, and in general energies of Montana of the period. In this way, it's particularly urgent for 1944 to embrace the post-world conflict sensation of the time, with maybe a smidgen more accentuation on post-bellum PTSD in a few of its characters. Presently, where does the new 1960s show land among every one of these prequels? As a matter of some importance, there's no affirmation on the title of the series at this point. All we know is that it will happen during the 1960s. Be that as it may, it's very little hard to follow the example of Sheridan while thinking of program names. He jumps at the chance to ensure that the date that the prequel series happens is, for example, precisely 100 years before today. He cherishes decimal digits, which is the reason we are watching 1923 and 2023 and 1944 and 2024. Since we are anticipating that the new show should be delivered in 2025, we are likewise anticipating that it should be named 1965. As you can figure from the title, it is a direct development to 1944 with a long-term get-out-ahead as an obvious Sheridan nature. So that will zero in on the teen-long periods of our darling John Dutton, as we witness how he has ended up being the man he is today. We are probably going to observe loads of father-child and even granddad-child minutes in the show, as John is obviously impacted by the man he asked to be the point at which he was a little fellow. For this show, the name of Kurt Russell is referenced as he was accepted to be an ideal fit to play a Dutton man with enormous insight. Normally, he is supposed to be the granddad of John, otherwise known as a Jack Dutton, that we know and love in 1923. Obviously, 1923 Season 2 can introduce stunning uncovers about the Dutton family whenever, which could change all that we know and expect in regards to the family's future. For example, one of the most widely recognized hypotheses is that Jack Dutton isn't really the granddad of John Dutton i.e. All things being equal, Spencer is the granddad of John Dutton i.e. Yet since he kicked the bucket, Jack has been the person who raised John Dutton who, the dad of our advanced John Dutton. So we wouldn't be astounded to see Kurt Russell filling the role of old Spencer Dutton, all things considered. The show is probably going to have a Virus Watch storyline in it, too, since the period is set apart by the contention between the US and Russia. Likewise, It's logical so that us could see heaps of radicals sticking around the Yellowstone farm, as well as basic freedoms activists battling for people of color in the country. It's reasonable for John Dutton IDI to be influenced by this large number of developments of the 1960s as a young fellow, which would be a tomfoolery watch for us. We additionally hope to see John Dutton IDI gathering with Evelyn Dutton close to this time, implying that sentiment will by and by become the overwhelming focus in the family show. Obviously, we want 1944 to be delivered first to ensure this large number of expectations. In any case, we accept we figured out the code of Taylor Sheridan and consequently are certain about our expectation of the new Yellowstone prequels. What are your assumptions from the new Yellowstone prequels? Let us know what you think in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video. Thank you for watching. See you soon.